Hello again, everybody. This is Gusto, and this is the second part of the United States Food Packet Survival General Purpose series. And today I'm going to talk about the General Purpose Survival Improved, or the GPI. And as I mentioned before in the previous video, the GPI is a later version of the General Purpose Survival Ration. It is approximately the same size as the Spam Can style ration, but it contains more calories for the same volume and weight. It provides approximately 1,400 calories and can sustain a person for up to 5 days in a survival situation. It is designed to not be thirst-provoking and requires very little water to prepare. And if you look at the package here, just like the Spam Can style was packaged by the Oklahoma League for the Blind, this is also packaged in Oklahoma. You can see it has a packing date of 1096, which is the 96th date of 2011. There you can read the instructions and the description. It states that the bars can be eaten as is, but the Cornflake Cereal Bar can be rehydrated with a little bit of water. And it states that trading of the items or swapping of the items can be detrimental to the health of the surviving individual. That's because this is specifically designed with a very specific content of protein, sugar, and fat to provide the most calorie-dense food packet possible with the very least amount of thirst-provoking items. It also states on here that if you're exposed to salt water or have swallowed salt water, do not use the soup and gravy base. That's where most of the salt comes from in this ration. The packaging is kind of a thick cardboard. It has kind of a waxy feeling. I think that's probably for water resistance. Let's go ahead and get this opened up. It is pretty heavily glued, so it's kind of hard to open. Once it opens up, and there you can see the contents. We'll take a look at all those individually. And right on top there was a package of Herbox chicken bouillon. There is a packet of the iced tea drink mix, lemon flavored. You see this in some of the modern MREs as well. And then we get to the food bars. And in total there are 5 compressed and vacuum sealed food bars. We'll go through all those. There is a Cornflake Cereal Bar. There's a Granola Bar. Shortbread Bar. There's actually 2 of those. There's a chocolate chip dessert bar. And then the last thing in the packet is Wintergreen Tablets. And these are mostly made of sugar, so they're quick energy. So that is the contents of the United States Food Packet Survival General Purpose, or the GPI. And given the caloric content of this ration, this is pretty remarkable for such a small package to provide approximately 1,400 calories. That's pretty amazing. So my initial thoughts on this ration, it provides variety. It would be very easy to say, what does a person need for a few days of survival? What's the fat and sugar and protein content that you need, the number of calories that you need, and can I formulate something and compress it into a bar that you can just eat and make sure that you receive all of the nutrients and everything that you need for a survival situation? The answer is yes. You can find those really in a number of survival rations. You can find them in the Daytrex rations, or really the survival packet, 24-hour survival packet rations that you can find at most outdoor stores or survival shops or anything like that. You can find those, but they're just boring and monotonous. And what this ration does is it breaks it up into different contents. There's a variety of different foods. It breaks up the monotony of the food. It actually boosts morale a little bit in the survival situation, which can be absolutely massive. It's very well designed, and it's just not monotonous. So let's get these things opened up and take a look at them a little bit more closely. Start by opening up the Granola Bar. And again, this is in the really thick, tough tri-laminate material. You can see the production date there of 03/44, so at the end of 2010. It's very well vacuum sealed, very tight to the food product. Look kind of shiny on the surface. So there you go, the Granola Bar. Has kind of a nice sweet cinnamon scent to it. I'm going to set these out so we know which order to go in. Next, the Cornflake Cereal Bar. And this one can be crumbled up and rehydrated with a little bit of water. There's the production date of 1038 on that one. Interesting, it's on a sticker. Get that opened up. Next we have 2 Shortbread Cereal Bar. I'm just going to open up one of them. This material is actually pretty tough, but it does a great job of vacuum sealing. There's the Shortbread Bar. It's a little bit more brown than I thought it would be. It has a nice sweet kind of buttery scent to it. And the last bar to open is the chocolate chip dessert bar. There you go. Kind of looks like a chocolate chip granola bar. Really strong chocolatey scent to it. Then there's also a package of Wintergreen Tablets. There used to be a Wintergreen Bar in some of these, but I have not ever found one of those. Get that opened up. And they are individually foil wrapped inside of the foil laminate. It's interesting. Really strong wintergreen scent to it. Let's get one of these opened up. Alright, there you go. And again, that's composed mainly of just sucrose, or just table sugar. Next we have the chicken broth. This is, again, herb ox, instant broth and seasoning. This is chicken flavored bouillon. And just like the older ration we reviewed before, this requires 8 ounces of hot water. It looks very similar to the previous one. Maybe a little bit more granular. Again, 8 ounces of hot water. And the scent of this is a lot stronger than the one in the older ration. And lastly, we have the iced tea beverage. Again, this is the same as you'll find in some of the US MREs. It is a lemon flavored instant tea mix. It requires about 6 ounces of water to rehydrate. And give that a stir. So there you have it for the contents of the Food Packet Survival General Purpose Improved, or the GPI. So let's get started. I'm just going to go in order of the way they're laid out. So we'll start with the granola bar first. So you can see the coarse texture there. All the grains. It has a lot sweeter smell than the older version. It's a little bit more dense as well. Here you can see. Try that. And interestingly enough, it smells sweeter than the older version of the granola bar, but it doesn't taste as sweet. But it does have a little bit more flavor to it. There's some cinnamon in there that I can taste and some other spices. Overall, it just has a better flavor. And it also has a lot more coarse texture to it. It's actually pretty similar to the texture that you would find in a commercially available granola bar, the hard granola bar, not the chewy. We'll move on to the Cornflake Cereal Bar. Remember, there was one of these in the older version as well. This one doesn't look as grainy as the other one. It smells more buttery. And it is softer in breaking it. And this one has a little bit finer texture than the older version of the Cornflake Cereal Bar, and it's not quite as sweet, but it has a more buttery flavor. It's actually very delicious. That is really, really tasty. I like that a lot. That's probably my favorite one that I've tried. We'll move on to the Shortbread Bar. These are more of the dessert type bars. This one looks like it'll be very high in fat. So there you go. It's got a very sweet scent to it, just like a shortbread cookie, like you would expect. Yeah, that one is delicious. Really, really sweet, and you can pick up a lot of an oily texture. There's a lot of butter in it. So that one is very rich and would be very, very calorie dense. And lastly, there is the chocolate chip dessert bar. And this looks a lot like a chocolate chip granola bar. You can see some of the grain in there, a lot of chocolate. Yep, and there you can see a lot of chocolate there. Again, kind of looks like granola. Nope, not granola. That is just a chocolate chip cookie, and there's a lot of chocolate in it. This is very delicious. Perfect for dessert. So we've essentially escalated in our degree of sweetness there, but all of those are very good food bars. A lot of energy in those. Again, there is another one of these shortbread bars, which would provide a lot more sugar and fat. We'll go ahead and move on to the broth. Again, this is chicken flavored herb ox bouillon. It's a lot more clear than the previous one. Has a really strong chicken scent to it. Oh yeah, that's good. It's a really strong, salty chicken broth. Very tasty. And that would really replenish a lot of salts that would be lost through sweating and help you to hold on to water that you're able to find. We'll try the lemon tea. Again, this is an instant tea beverage. Yeah, and that's not bad. As I've previously experienced with this kind, it's a little bit weak on the tea flavor. It's more of a weak lemonade more than anything. You can really pick up the lemon flavor more than you can the tea flavor. I may have put a little bit too much water in there, but still, these are usually a little bit on the weak side. So when mixing those, I would mix them a little bit more concentrated than they're recommended. And the last thing in here is the Wintergreen Tablets. These are a compressed sucrose, or just simple sugar tablets with some wintergreen flavoring in it. Looks like a lifesaver without a hole. And that's exactly what you get. Just a really hard compressed sugar tablet with some wintergreen flavoring. It's pretty strong as far as the wintergreen flavoring though. A little bit stronger than lifesavers to my memory. So there you have it. That is the Food Packet Survival General Purpose Improved, or the GPI. And these used to be pretty easy to find on eBay, but they've actually become a little bit harder to find, a little bit more expensive. Keep your eye out at some of the local surplus stores, and these turn up every now and then. If you find one, I highly recommend it. These food bars are fantastic. So if you can find one, certainly grab one, check it out. This has been a lot of fun to review. Pretty cool to compare them to the series of Canadian rations that I did recently. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, thank you very much to the viewers and subscribers on YouTube, as well as the review community on YouTube and MREinfo.com. As always, your support benefits St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Check out the links in the description below for some online stores where you can find some of the harder to find and unusual or international rations. There's a couple of stores listed there, so check those out. And I will be coming back very soon with a couple of pretty interesting rations, so please stay tuned for that. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Here we go. That's a good. I'll try another one. I like these ones.